What's going on, y'all? Chris back here. Gonna be doing a review of AEW. Man, I just want to say big shout out to Tony Khan and the whole organization. You know, this tribute show, it was just amazing. You know, AEW, they showed me that they're a class act company. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into all that in a little bit. See, y'all got my Coke right there. Get my little drink on. It's almost the new year. I got my Brody Lee bun. I did my best. It ain't the best looking, the texture of my hair. I normally don't do my hair this wild, but I had to do it myself. I don't have anyone to do it, so it is what it is. So I got the gentleman's jack. Bringing in the new year right. Even though it ain't time, still got one more day. But man, I don't even know where to start at. Like, when I was talking about AEW being a class act, I'm a wrestling fan. I've been watching Raw since the 90s. 28. I've been watching since I was 5 years old, so 23, 24 years. On and off, of course. So I've always been with WWE, and I would normally get mad when someone would defend them. Talk about them. I would defend them, but maybe it's just me. But something in my soul just didn't feel right about how they did the tribute to Brody Lee. Like, they just treated it like it was anything else. They just showed, his picture, his love and memory, his name, the date. That was it. His name wasn't mentioned one time during Raw. And as I stated last week, I was talking to my friend on Facebook, one of my personal friends in a long time, and I was telling him this, and he felt the same way. Like, I just thought it was trash, complete trash. I wanted to see how they were gonna do things. So come on to AEW, because like one of the things I mentioned to him was, I was like, they didn't even do the 10-bell salute, 10-bell tone salute. I think I said it right. If not, I apologize. And come on to AEW, that's the first thing they do. I'm just like, man, these people here. And then, they had about 5, 6 people speak about Brody Lee, here in the stores. I know Jericho was the last one to speak. Eddie Kingston spoke. Darby Allin spoke, just a couple of people. And just like, the dude was an awesome man. Everyone kept saying the same thing. Like, he would give advice. He would leave wrestling. He'll leave to go be with his family, take care of his family. And like they say, that's something rare, that you see these days. But anyway, y'all, I don't want to get too deep into it. I just feel like that made me lose respect for WWE and Vince McMahon, because they honor who they want to honor, And I could get into that whole debate, but I'm not even gonna fuck with it, man. I'm just gonna do my review of AEW now. I don't normally get too emotional, but so y'all just forgive me if I do. But I don't know, his death it kind of hit like Kobe's death to me. Like when Kobe died January 26th. Like, I ain't forgot the date. I can't believe it's almost been a fucking year, man. Wow. Man, 2020 has been a wild year, man. Now, December 26th, the day after Christmas, wow, the 26th again. Was that 10 months later? 11 months later? Now, Luke Harper gone. I don't know, man. To me, it just hits different. And so, anyway, I'm gonna try not to get emotional. I was getting emotional doing the show. I'm sure that a lot of people were getting emotional. It was very hard to watch at times, cause I just never thought that the dog collar match against Cody was gonna be his last match. I'm just like, man, cause that was a good brutal match. I watch AEW faithfully every week. Like, I still haven't watched NXT from last week. I'm gonna watch it tonight/tomorrow, and then catch up on the other one Friday or Saturday. But Man, I just was like, this was a hell of a show, man. This is the way you pay tribute to somebody. This is how you pay tribute to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They made the whole show about him, and of course it should have been about him, but it's just the way they presented it. And anyway, it was just really good, man. It was something else that came to my mind that I wanted to say. It may come back later, but I can't remember at the moment. So let's see here. Oh yeah, so John Moxley, he started the show off speaking. I did take note of that. Can't even remember. And every match featured a member of Dark Order, which was Luke Harper's group. He became the Exalted One. I remember when he debuted, man. It was just like, wow, like really? It caught it off guard then, like, because the way he was in WWE versus how he was in AEW, in WWE they kind of hold you back. If you ain't a big market, if Vince can't see how to use your potential, you get held back. And he really didn't talk that much in WWE. And he gets to AEW, him and Matt Hardy, they come the same day. And I'm just like, man, these guys here, WWE dropped the ball with these guys. I didn't even know John Hubbard was like this, man. You know, Luke Harper, Brody Lee. I did not know this guy was this talented on the mic, you know, because he never got to talk. And anyway, so y'all, I'm gonna do the review. I might go off on rants every now and then, going down memory lane. Like I said, I might get emotional, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So we had Private Party and Matt Hardy versus the Young Bucks and Colt Cabana. I thought it was a very good match. It was a good way to start the show. I don't really have too much to say about some of the matches, but the Bucks and Colt Cabana won the match. And I'm glad that Colt got the pin, you know, because he was a member of, well, he still is a member of the Dark Order, so it was nice to see that. And then the Acclaim, they came out, was getting ready to say something. Then SCU members Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian came out, threw him in the ring, and then they got super kicked. I don't know about how y'all feel, but I personally, I'm sick and tired of the Acclaim. I didn't know about them until last week, but I just think they're whack. But that's just my opinion. Then we had Stu Grayson, Evil Uno of the Dark Order, and Lance Archer with Jake the Snake versus Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade with Bunny. I also thought that was a very good match. Like I said, the matches I personally don't really have too much to talk about. I kind of want to spend more time talking about Brody than anything, but it was a very good match though. So then we had Adam Heyman Page, Alex Reynolds, and John Cena of the Dark Order versus MJF, Santana, and Ortiz. Now this is where things kind of got more interesting and the emotions started to kick in just a tad bit more. During this match right here, I prior to this match, I didn't realize how deep and talented that the Dark Order was. And that's a large part due to Brother Lee. So, anyway, during the match, at some point, Wardlow came down to attack, Dark Order and Page. And then, surprisingly, out of nowhere, we seen Eric Rowan come to the ring. I was like, and it was just interesting, seeing him come. He came out there and beat him because, for all who don't know, Eric Rowan and Harper, they were the Bludgeon Brothers in WWE at one point. And they came in with Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in their group. So it was just nice to see him there. It just added to the emotions of the show. And then earlier during the match, they showed Brody Lee's son, Brody Lee Jr., and MJF being the heel that he is, he taunted them. They called him a -1. And, of course, something was going to happen. It came back to bite him. He had Brody Lee Jr. had a kendo stick and he hit him in the head with it, and that basically caused him to lose the match. So like I said, I don't really have too much to say about that. Other than that, I was happy to see that. You know, he was smiling, he was happy, so that was good to see. Because I mean, I know if I'm an 8-year-old kid and I lose my father, I'm gonna be, you know, I'm not sure how I'm gonna be. Then they had Anna Jay and Tay Conti versus Penelope Ford and Dr. Britt Baker. And Anna Jay and Tay Conti won the match. Then we had, now these three were handpicked by Brody Lee Jr. We had Cody, Orange Cassidy, and number 10 of the Dark Order versus Team Taz, which was Starks, Hobbs, and Brian Cage. This was a good match, you know, back and forth, same shit that always happens. Then they won the match. So Cody, Orange Cassidy, and 10 of the Dark Order, they won the match. Dark Order got the pin. That was awesome to see. Dark Order as a whole, they won every match. I think it was 5-0. I didn't keep track, but they were undefeated. Maybe it was scripted. I don't know. But nevertheless, Team Taz started to attack them. Then the lights go out, and Darby Allin came to the ring. Sting came to the ring. And then they stood in there, and, you know, Sting's got to pick up his bet, whatever. So that was that. But it just got me thinking, like, is Sting going to do anything more than just talk, fucking stare at you, and point a baseball bat? Don't get me wrong, the dude's a legend. Excuse me, y'all, that's the beer. Alcohol. The dude's a legend. You know, the dude is still, he's still, even at 60, 61, whatever his age is, excuse me, he still has a presence. You know, I don't mind seeing him. I personally don't want to see him wrestle. But now with them doing these cinematic matches like they do with, you know, with guys like The Undertaker versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, is like, of course he can wrestle. I read somewhere where guys in their 70s are still wrestling because of these cinematic matches, but who wants to see that? But anyway, I'm just like, I mean, eventually, at some point, Sting coming to the ring and doing nothing every week, it's going to get stale. He's got to do something eventually. So, who knows that? And then I'm wondering, what's his angle with Darby Allin? Because prior to him coming, I thought he was going to, prior to him getting there originally, I thought he was going to be Darby Allin's father, maybe. And, like, they have that. And I thought there was going to be a rivalry, but it just seemed like they're just two heels that, I mean, they're two baby faces that come out to help the good guys. So, I'm still interested to see what's going to happen there. Only time will tell, who knows. Oh, I didn't write that down, but they had the tribute to Brody Lee at the end, and I thought that was a good way to end the show. And maybe it was the last 4 or 5 minutes. They just showed, well, they had Cody come out and talk, say this and that, and then after that they showed a bunch of pictures. And, like, one thing I noticed about that was, like, this is another reason they're a class act, because some of the pictures included members from the WWE. It was a picture with Seth Rollins, you know. Obviously, Jericho's in AEW, but he was in WWE before, and I'm just like, that's just fucking awesome, man. Like, WWE is so worried about their reputation and how they do things that they can't see the bigger picture. This wasn't about, you know, fucking ratings. It wasn't about anything. It was about paying homage to a man whose life was cut really short. That's what I want to talk about. Okay, it came back to me, y'all. So, I was reading today, or yesterday, that Tony Khan, apparently he knew about what was going on because Brody Lee's wife told him, and they kept it a secret. He was in ICU for 2 months. I believe it was ICU. And they kept it a secret. They didn't tell nobody because everybody kept wondering where he was at, Brody Lee was at. we thought he got injured from the dog collar match. I thought it was an ankle or something, but apparently he was already on the downhill doing there. But the fact that every member in AEW hit it, it wasn't on social media, the internet, like nothing. That was big, man, because in today's age, it's hard to hide shit, you know, and they hid this very well, so that's a lot of respect right there. And apparently, like a week before Brody died, they had his son wrestle Kenny Omega for the title. After it went off, it was unofficial, of course, and they had him win the match. So then and there, they knew that something was going on. So, I mean, like I said, just big ups to Tony Khan. Big ups to this company, man. Oh, man, I forgot to say that. Aaron Rowan, when he came out, man, after the match, he was really emotional. And of course he would, because that's his brother. And they also showed pictures with him and Bray Wyatt. But, you know, that was his brother, man. And that right there just, man, it was just tough to watch that, you know, because at the end of the day, we're all real people. We live real lives, 24 hours a day. We all make money. We got family, eat, put our clothes on, shoes on the same way, drive, fly, all this and that. No matter how much money you got, we all human. We all gonna die in the fucking air. But, man, like I said, I just thought it was a good show. It was a good way to end it, man. I was proud to be able to watch that. Sad it happened to him. It's big ups to his family, man. And I'm gonna be probably doing a review of of NXT. I haven't watched the one from last week, as I stated, but I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this one out of the way, because I've been watching this new show called Blacklist. It's pretty fucking lit, man. It's pretty fucking lit. I enjoy watching it. It's just, I can sit in bed and binge watch it all day, or lay on my couch and binge watch it. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Happy New Year's to y'all. Be safe. You know, turn up, but don't turn up too much. It ain't worth it. Seen a lot of people die on New Year's and July 4th, man, because they out here driving drunk. Anyway, y'all stay tuned. If I don't be back in a couple of days and I don't talk about basketball or chess or nothing, then I'll be back next week for AEW. It's going to be a stat card. Y'all take care, be blessed, and see y'all next year.